Hello and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Kingdom Come Deliverance and we're doing another weapon guide. Today it's going to be the top 6 best axes in Kingdom Come Deliverance. So not only am I going to show you and tell you what the best axes are, what their stats are, what their particular strengths and weaknesses are, but I'm also going to show you exactly where or how to get these whenever I can. So let's just jump into the video and start it off with number 6, the worst one on this list. So at our worst one we have the Cuman Axe, a small but versatile battle axe much used by Cuman troops. Minimum strength of 9 to use this one, stab damage of 2, slash damage of 32, and blunt damage of 30. Defense of 30, charisma of 7, and durability of 40. So not a whole lot special about this one. I included it on the list because A, technically stat-wise it is the 6th best one in the game, but also it's a pretty good axe that you can get really early in the game because it's a very common loot item, and it is better than all of the other axes that aren't in this video. Plus it does look very unique. It's got a very unique look to it. Almost kind of looks like a American Indian tomahawk, which I quite enjoy. But with all that being said, it does take the number 6 spot on this list. Unfortunately, as far as where or how to get this one, I can only tell you kill Cumans. It is by far the most common loot item that you'll find on Cumans, other than like the Cuman breeches or whatever they're called, you know, the pants that they all wear. This is the weapon that you'll see Cumans using more than any other weapon, even the common sabers and stuff. They have the Cuman Axe all the time. So kill a couple Cumans, you're likely to find a Cuman Axe. Other than that, you can't find it anywhere. There's no treasure location for it. As far as I know, it's never a tournament reward, which is good because it would be a really bad reward given how cheap and common it is. And you cannot buy it at any of the blacksmiths or weaponsmiths anywhere on the map. So that is number 6, the Cuman Axe. Let's move on to number 5. And at number 5, we've got one that I use a lot because I like the way it looks so much, the Broad Axe. This one says a battle axe with a broad head and metal-plated handle. The heavy head of this axe endows every blow with a power that many types of armor cannot stand up to, and its metal-plated handle can fend off many a blow. Minimum strength of 10 to use this one, stab damage of 22, so significantly higher there, slash damage of 34, blunt damage of 32, defense of 35, charisma of 10, and durability of 45. So just stat-wise, moving up the list, it's better in pretty much every way than the Cuman Axe. It makes a solid weapon. Very, very good. Like I said, I've used this one a lot for a couple of reasons, one of which being I like the way it looks, and the other one being stat-wise, it's quite good. As far as where or how to get the Broad Axe, you can usually find one on the table in the Perkstein Armory, which I'll show you, but also you can just purchase it from the Rattay Weaponsmith, so I'll show you that first. So if you're in Rattay, here's the Weaponsmith, or Swordsmith. You can come in here and you can either steal it off this table back here, because it's right there, or you can purchase it from him here for 439.7 groschen, so it's also quite cheap. Or if you don't want to do that, you can wait until nighttime and sneak your little way into the back room in here and steal it from either this cabinet or this cabinet. Keep in mind this door will be locked with either a hard or very hard lock, and both of those cabinets will be locked with a very hard lock. So if you want to steal it and then legitimize it instead of buying it, you will have to have your lockpicking high enough to open either of those. As for the Perkstein Armory, if you're in Rattay, you can head down to the lower castle, which is Perkstein. Once you've made your way into the castle, we're going to be going down through the bottom opening here, and it's this first door on the right will be locked with a very hard lock. Hopefully you don't get spotted because lots of guards are constantly walking through here. It's probably easier to do this at night, but I usually just do it during the day. Once you get in here, it is sitting on this table. So that is another way that you can just go grab it right quick. So that is the Broad Axe, which comes in at number 5. Let's move on to number 4. Coming in at number 4, we have the one that's just called the Axe, but there are multiple different axes in the game. The one you're looking for is the one that has the picture like this. So it looks like a battle axe with a hammer on the back and a spike on the top. This says a battle axe with a metal-plated handle, a nimble battle axe that can pierce most armor with a metal-plated handle that can stop many a blow. Minimum strength of 11 to use it, stab damage of 23, slash damage of 36, blunt damage of 34, defense of 38, charisma of 12, and durability of 50. So again, solid stats for an axe all across the board. And it's also one that I quite like the way it looks. So as far as getting your hands on this one, it is fairly easy to do. For one thing, it is a really common loot piece. You'll find a lot of bandits using this one and even some Cumans using it. Other than that, you can get it all over the place. So for one thing, we can get it here at the either the Rattay or the Sisa Weaponsmith. Both of them sell it, so you can either steal it from, you can either purchase it from him. Right here, you can see it's right near the top, 647.3 groschen to buy it from him. Or, since it's not one of the weapons on display, during the day, you can steal it from his back room here. So you'd have to get in through this very hard, or this hard lock. I would do it right now, but there's an artisan standing here. And then there are 2 cabinets in there, one right to the left and one straight forward. It will be in one of those. Both of them have very hard locks. So with all that that being said, that's only one of the ways and locations you can get it. You can also buy it from various blacksmiths. The Sasau, Samopesh, and Talmberg blacksmiths all sell it, and you can also find it here in Rattay in the same spot that I showed for the last one, in the Perkstein Armory. So we're going to head down to the lower castle again, make our way down through the bottom door, and then once again, because as soon as the guard comes through here, they will relock this door. Oh, we've been spotted. Now we just got to wait for that guard to come in and out of there and not be in the way again. Like I said, this is easier to do at night. And once you get in, it will be sitting right here on the table. So there you can see the axe before you there, and you can steal it from that table. So again, you do have to be able to pick a very hard lock, but it's, you know, something that I find to be pretty simple and fast in the game, leveling up the lock picking skill. So that is how you can get your hand on the axe. Like I said, you can buy it from a lot of places, and you can just steal it from the Perkstein Armory. But that's number 4. Let's move on to number 3. And so at number 3, we have the heavy battle axe, a proper axe for a proper fight. The weight of this axe guarantees that every blow will strike hard, and even armored knights will cower in fear from it. Its massive size and metal-plated half help block a foe's attacks. Minimum strength of 12 to use it, stab damage of 24, slash damage of 38, blunt damage of 36, defense of 40, charisma of 13, and durability of 55. So again, we're just moving up on those stats, and it gets better and better. Plus, I love how big this one is, so the appearances on the heavy battle axe are very cool. As far as how and where to get your hands on this one, again, fairly simple. Since we're already down in Perkstein, I'll show you that you can also grab this one from the Perkstein Armory. Hey, look at that. It's not even locked. So it's sitting right here, so you can see that our broadaxe, our axe, and our heavy battle axe are all sitting on this same table. So you can just steal it from that table, or you can once again get it very simply by buying it. And you can either buy it or at the Rattay or Sasau weaponsmith, but since we're in Rattay, we'll just stop here first, and you can see that you can purchase it from him for 836.6 groschen. And if you don't want to buy it, same as before, in through that back door, and you can steal it because it is like many of the items that we've talked about in these videos, and this one particularly, it is not one of the display weapons, so during the day it is kept in those cabinets back there. But that is the heavy battle axe at number 3. Let's move on to number 2, one of my favorite weapons in the game. And at number 2, we have the flat version of the metal-plated battle axe. This one says, a battle axe of the highest quality, the blade will endure many blows and cut through even strong plate armor, and the handle will take even the most powerful blows of enraged foes. Demands respect in all circumstances. Minimum strength of 14 to use it, stab damage of only 3, which is why it didn't take the number 1 spot, but really high slash damage of 40, blunt damage of 45, decent defense of 43, charisma of 17, and durability of 65. So stat-wise, one of the absolute best weapons in the game. Excellent damage here, because every time you're doing that slash and blunt damage, you're doing 70 to 80 damage on average. And because it has nice high blunt damage, it is exceptionally good against armored opponents. And like I said, the only downside is that our stab damage is lower because it's just a flat-topped axe. So I love this one. I love the way it looks. I use it all the time, even though it's not the best one. There is one better axe in the game. I still use this one a lot because of A, how good that damage is, and B, how cool it looks. Getting your hands on this variant of the metal-plated battle axe is also pretty easy. One way that you can do it that is set is just to win the Rattay tournament 15 times, as it's the reward for that tournament, or, once again, you can just buy it or steal it from either the Rattay or the Sasau armorsmith, or weaponsmith. This one is a display weapon, so you can see it back here on this table, right the farthest to the right, so you can just run in here and steal it and then run away, or you can go ahead and buy it from him for 1,881 groschen, or you can steal it. And now, since it's a display weapon, like I said, you can run in and steal it, or if you wait until nighttime, you can come in through that door in the back room and steal it from one of his cabinets. But that being said, because it's a display weapon, you have to steal it from there at night. If you want to steal it during the day, you just run in and grab it. But that is how you get your hands on the flat variant of the metal-plated battle axe. And that brings us to our number 1 best one in the game, the spiked variant of the metal-plated battle axe. Everyone should have saw that coming, even if they're not familiar with the game, because A, I've flashed over it a couple times in this video, and B, I kept saying, you know, that number 2 was a specific variant of the metal-plated battle axe. But anyway, this one is a battle axe of the highest quality. The blade will endure many blows and cut through even strong plate armor, and the handle will take even the most powerful blows of enraged foes. Demands respect in all circumstances. So I hope that description sounds familiar to you. Minimum strength to use this one is 15, stab damage is 27, slash damage is 42, blunt damage is 40, defense is 45, charisma is 16, and durability is 70. So nice and durable axe. great slash and blunt damage, very good stab damage for an axe. All around, just stat-wise, absolute best axe in the game. It is so phenomenally good. And I also like the way it looks. Like I said, I think I like the number 2 metal-plated battle axe better than this one, just based on appearances, but I still love this one a lot. It is an awesome looking weapon with fantastic stats. So whenever I'm not using the other metal-plated battle axe, I'm usually using this one once I've gotten it. This one has a couple different ways to get it rather easily. One, you can win the Rete tournament 7 times, so just a couple times after you've gotten the full suit of armor, you win it, and you can get this battle axe, so that's a nice easy way to do it if you like doing the tournaments. Otherwise, as I've already showed you a couple times, you can purchase it from either the Rete or the Sasau Swordsmith, so you can see that it is sitting on this table right here. It's right next to the other one, so you can run in and steal it, or you can buy it from him for 1,697.8 groschen, so you can purchase it from him. Again, it's a display weapon, so if you want to steal it, you have to go in through that door and steal it from one of the cabinets, but only after the shop closes at night. Or, if you don't want to buy it, and you don't want to steal it, and you don't want to win it in a tournament, you can find it in Treasure Chest 9, which I'll show you now. But that is it. That is all 6 of our top 6 best axes in Kingdom Come Deliverance, and a fairly detailed and easy to follow, I should think, guide on how and where to find them. I hope you enjoyed this video. I love the axes in this game. A lot of people will ask what's the point, because they just look at damage stats and they don't consider anything else. Well, the point is, yes, if you're looking at pure raw damage output, technically long swords have the highest damage potential, but they also have lower defense. If you use one-handed weapons, you can pair it with a shield, which makes it significantly easier and also better against numerous armored opponents. Short swords are very quick, and they're extremely deadly against lightly armored or unarmored opponents, but they're also very slow and not very effective against heavily armored opponents. For heavily armored opponents, you want blunt damage, and so obviously the best you can use against them is a mace. But the problem with maces and other bludgeons is that they're the shortest weapons in the game, so they have the least reach, and they take a lot of stamina to use, and so using them against multiple, especially lightly armored and fast-moving opponents is a very bad choice. Well, that's where the axe comes in. The axe is super effective against even super heavily armored knights, but also extremely effective against lightly or even unarmored opponents because of that slash damage. That's the reason why axes are such a good weapon in this game. So many people think that axes are totally pointless in Kingdom Come Deliverance, but they're not. Arguably, especially the top tier axes, the 2 metal-plated battle axes, are some of the absolute best weapons in the entire game. You don't have to switch back and forth between a mace and a sword if you're using a metal-plated battle axe. Only thing you have to consider with axes is durability, so make sure you keep some weapon kits on you or stay close enough to town to get them repaired, because they have lower durability than many other weapons. But other than that, like I said, if you want a weapon that you can use against all enemy types and it's going to be effective against all of them, high-end axes are the way to go in KCD. But that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it useful or at least entertaining, but we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you like this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.